It is fair to say that many are of the understanding that we are all one collective consciousness, as Jung put it, experiencing itself in different forms. You see this even in the way we sort of have relatable experiences. Like obviously a video won't go viral unless a significant amount of people either relate to what is being said in the video or have the same reaction to what is being said in the video. If it's all one mind, all one consciousness throughout all of space and time, experiencing itself in different forms, why are we all having the same experiences that our ancestors had, with no evolution in the quote-unquote lessons that we're supposed to be having? Compassion. I know to be compassionate. I know to be kind. I know that not everybody is going through the same thing and to exercise empathy. But why am I living in the same reality as a fucking narcissist? If it's the same souls looping or reincarnating, why do we still have narcissists? In fact, I almost feel like there's more narcissists now than perhaps in the past. Obviously, that's based on nothing more than just my speculation. But why do they keep making narcissists? If we know as a species, as a collective consciousness, that this behavior is antisocial, then that should have been weeded out by now. Some might even argue that things might be getting worse. What do I mean by that? If you go back far enough historically, if you don't subscribe to the traditional Western Eurocentric historical accounts, you'll find that war was not as prevalent as it is now, and that our collective actually was more unified than what we're presently experiencing. So I'm not seeing an evolution of the spirit. So you can't make the argument that we are progressing, that this is a school, that we are here to learn, if things that were law 10,000 years ago are still relative now. If I compare the knowledge that I have as an adult compared to what I knew when I was in kindergarten, you could obviously say that I know better now because I've retained memory throughout every stage of my life. You're not seeing that though when it comes to the human spirit. Let's take the Cheeto in chief right now. That man has lived his entire life as a narcissist. What lesson is he going to get from that? Let's say he comes back as a cockroach. There's nowhere in his life where he's going to say, you know what, the reason why I'm a cockroach is because I was kind of terrible. Do you remember your past life? If you're struggling right now, can you point to say, well, you know what, the reason why I'm struggling was because in my last life I did terrible things? No. So that automatically kind of falls apart. So I'm not saying that reincarnation doesn't happen because there's evidence that it does. I'm not saying that we don't have past lives because there's evidence that we do. I'm not saying that life ends after death because that's just not true. What I'm saying is it's not what we are being told.